Hi, this is Journeying Around with Kris and Kathy and Jeannie. A few things have changed around here, and not the least of which is my hair. I love it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever do something like this, but I love it. I would encourage everybody to try it at least once. Hair does grow back, and you can dye it a different color if you really don't like it. So anyway, Kris is on hiatus, and Jeannie has most graciously said that she would love to do this with me. So and then even after, if Kris gets back or when he gets back, then it'll be the three of us instead
Okay.
of just two. Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all know me. I'm Kathy McKibben. And for any new visitors to our site or people that are first seeing this, I spin and I knit and I do some dyeing. I like to do natural dyes. So that's basically what my areas of expertise are. So
And I'm Jeannie Fagerstrom. I'm the expert help at the yarn store on Tuesdays. I also teach knitting and crocheting. I also dye. I use acid dyes as opposed to Kathy, who uses natural dye.
dyes, right.
I like to crochet, knit, spin, almost everything. But
she does it all.
I've had experience in most stuff. I'll tell you, I am not a tatter.
Oh yeah, I tried
tell you
tatting
right
once, and it's not that difficult of a stitch, but I think it's just a little tedious for me.
I just don't get it. I don't get the whole thing. I couldn't get the picots and the hooky and the little
Yeah.
tiny yarn and the anyway.
Yeah.
So not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea.
But I know people.
And if you're a tatter and you would love to come on and tell everyone how wonderful tatter is, we would love to have you.
Yes.
Just contact us through the yarn store, through, or you can. I'll give you another email that you can contact us at. Okay. At the end. So anyway, this is a hot day, and you wonder about knitting during the summertime, but I still am knitting, and Jeannie's still knitting,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We knit on through the summer, and so we are going to talk to you a little bit about what we have on our needles, and so I'll go first. So I have this wonderful yarn that is Mountain Fibers Twisted Foot, Twizzle Foot. And I got it here. It's called Rainbow, Bitterroot Rainbow, Mountain Fibers yarn. So, and it's 53% superwash merino wool, 17% domestic wool, 17% silk, and 13% nylon. And so my grandson, the younger one, the one that I said I would never, ever knit another sweater for because he wouldn't wear it, he came to me and he said, "Grandma, would you knit me a sweater?" I said, "No, Patrick, I'm not knitting you a sweater because you refused to wear the sweater that I got you." So then a few days later, he came back and he said, "Grandma, if I promise to wear the sweater, will you make it for me?" And how can you deny a kid who's asked you twice now and made a promise to go ahead and do this?
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, of course." So he picked out the yarn and he picked out the pattern, which is a top-down pattern. And I'll get the pattern out here in a minute. This is it.
Cute?
This is top down. So this is going to be the arms here and on the other side. And then it's going to have around the top is just going to be ribbing. So I'll pick up these stitches and then do ribbing. And then on the bottom, it's going to also do ribbing.
Cool.
So I'm in the knit around for 9 inches stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just love this yarn. It is so pretty. And the pattern, of course, is very easy. And it is just meant for wild colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And then all you have to do is knit. And I'm going to look. I've got it right in my bag. I forgot to pull it up. Why don't you tell us what you're working on?
Okay. I am knitting a pattern called a simple shawl. And it is, it's a really long
Oh, wow.
forever. Okay, keep going that way.
Keep going this
and
way.
that way,
Okay.
and that way, and that way.
Oh, wow.
And it is
Oh, my
really,
goodness.
really long, but it gets wider and
Oh.
wider very gradually.
And then does it go back down to get
No.
lower? No, it just goes
No,
wider.
it's gonna continue into a triangle.
Into a triangle. Okay, very nice.
And the yarn I'm using is,
this is so soft.
isn't it pretty?
Yes.
This, I have to say I'm somewhat of a snob,
Yes.
but one of
Yeah, I
my
am
students showed up with this yarn in a different colorway, and in one of my classes, and she's now knit like 3 of these in different colorways.
Oh, wow.
This is the
She
pink.
likes it.
Yeah, this is the pink and gray colorway. The one she had was a coral yellow, gray, and white colorway. Gorgeous.
Ooh.
And so anyway, this one is called Juneberry Breeze. And
Juneberry Breeze.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
pattern?
the colorway.
Oh, that's the colorway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is, believe it or not, Yarn Bee Urban Chic yarn. This is available at Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
Hobby Lobby, I think, is the only one in our area anyway that carries
Michael's
Yarn Bee.
doesn't carry it?
I don't think, I think Hobby Lobby is exclusively Yarn Bee.
Okay.
But now the truth is I haven't been in the stores much in the last year to tell you.
To tell. Okay.
Anyway, so I have this that I'm doing, and then I also have the orange, the coral, yellow, and gray colorway that I'm going to do something
I bet
with.
that's going to be pretty too.
But this is
it's very soft.
Yeah, it's very soft. It's amazing stuff. It is stuff. It's an amazing yarn.
Is it acrylic? Or?
It's 78% acrylic and 22% cotton.
Oh, okay.
And it's just really, really nice. There are 284 yards per skein. I'm on my second skein, and I'm going to stop there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's very nice.
Yeah, and it's just a mindless pattern. You increase at the end of a row, and then you increase at the beginning of the next row, and then when you get to the other side, you knit 2 together.
Oh,
that's it.
Okay, so it's a very simple pattern.
And
it's great for anybody to do.
And you can vary it if you want. But eventually,
this yarn is just this is the whole colorway, so it just magically appears in these stripes.
Yeah, it shows up in this jacquardy
that way.
stripy thing.
Yeah, very nice. Ooh,
anyway,
I like that.
So I'm just knitting this. If you want, you can vary this pattern by also doing yarn over knit 2 togethers for an eyelet variety.
Yes, you could do that.
Yeah, but this yarn is so great the way it is. I think just a plain garter stitch is
plain is fine.
Yeah, is what to do.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
So that's something that you can take, and it fits, nicely on your lap. It's not like a big thing. Just like this is not really a big thing. So you can make nice, cool sweaters.
Right.
Or shawls. Or little sweaters like I'm doing here with this, and sit in the shade, because how in New Mexico you get out of the sun and you sit in the shade, and oh my goodness, you feel cooled off most of the time.
Exactly.
So sit there, sip your iced tea or your margarita or whatever you want to drink, your beverage of choice,
Yes.
And then you get to go ahead and sit there and knit a little bit. Or you can sit in an air-conditioned house, too, and do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's really great. So are you working on anything else? Of course you are. But you didn't bring anything else.
I didn't bring anything else.
Tell us what else you're working about. That's okay.
I have a sweater that is, it's an ongoing project. It's a long-term. Magnum opus. I started a sweater for my brother 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And it's a long story, but we're on the 3rd kind of yarn.
Oh,
and
okay.
I went from worsted weight, which I banged out in 6 weeks,
right,
and in pieces, and it didn't fit.
Oh, no.
Because when I went to sew it together, the front was like this, the back was like this, in the ribbing.
No.
There was a mistake on the front cable.
Oh,
a nightmare.
It just didn't work.
Yeah, so it got thrown in the timeout bin for several years. And then when I went to do it again, I decided, years later, I have more experience, so I decided to do it in the round, which I started.
Right.
And realized I didn't have enough yarn.
Oh,
I don't know
that's a
why.
bummer.
Yeah, because when I started to do it in the round,
Yeah.
something changed. The gauge changed. I don't know.
Oh,
But
wow.
anyway,
Okay.
so, rip back. In the meantime, I decided I would buy more yarn.
Uh-huh.
No, it's discontinued.
Oh, don't you hate it when that
Yeah.
happens?
So at that point, I decided, okay, I have to rethink this completely.
Right.
I'll just buy new yarn.
Okay.
So I did. So
Okay.
now, instead of a worsted weight sweater, it's a DK weight.
A DK weight.
Yes.
So that's going to take you even longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now but I have.
You
I
got it.
knitted
You're
the sleeves.
You're doing it.
I knitted the sleeves first, so I'm off Sleeve Island. I am in zombie stockinette.
Oh yes,
now.
And that's just the wonderful part,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, but I decided to do this in the round so that
Nice.
there's not this knit front, knit a front, knit a
Right.
back, not have them coordinate. And I'm putting faux seams in, so
Oh, nice.
I knit
like
all the way.
those.
All the way across the front, and then at one stitch on either side where there would be a seam is a purl.
It's a pearl,
stitch.
and it comes out so beautifully. I
Yeah.
love it.
And so I'm happy with that.
I like making those. Yeah,
But
those are good.
I'm in the knit 19 inches now, and I'm 7
Yeah,
7 inches in.
7 inches in.
You'll
yeah.
get it for Christmas, maybe.
So I found the pattern that I'm making, and it's
yeah.
called Love Wins by Nadia Page. And it was a paid for pattern, and I found it on Ravelry. We went through all these pictures, thousands of sweaters, and this is the one that he picked.
Nice.
And then he picked these marvelous colors.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's the sweater that I am working on. And so I also have something else that I'm working on, but I barely got the first row cast on because I was working it, and it just did not. It wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to. I put it aside because I wanted to do some other projects. So I did those other projects, and now I'm going to go back to it.
Great.
So,
Great.
And one of those projects that I did, I brought with me.
Yay.
So I remember we all went to that wonderful place known as the Winslow Trip,
Yes.
which we're going to do again next year.
Yay.
The Winslow Trip. So I found this yarn. And it is, it's got a cap here on it. This yarn, and it is one that I got there. And it's from the O Yarn Knit and Dye.
I love that logo.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. And it's burnt orange. So anyway, so I got that, and I totally enjoyed it. And I made this.
Ooh, pretty.
This is, just goes over for your neck. And it looks really, really cool, and it just keeps your neck warm. And it's these are called tuck stitches. So this stitch here, so what you do is you knit around and you purl a certain amount of stitches, and then when you get 5 rows or 6 rows done, you go on the inside and you go down and you pick up the stitches that were below it and pull that stitch up with you. And then that gives you that little like ruching type thing. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what this is.
How interesting.
And I really like it. And this pattern is called Warm Neck Guaranteed. I think that's really the name of it.
Cool.
Yes.
It's so
I'll give you one that
textural.
I haven't written all over. But this is it, Warm Neck Guaranteed. And now this is not the one that I did, but this is a different version of it. So depending on where you decide to put your tuck stitches in is what the texture you're going to get.
Nice.
And so that's what I like. Now, of course, you could add a lot more stitches and make it a bigger cowl if you want. But I don't really like that many bigger cowls. I like to just keep my neck warm. So,
Yeah.
Because even though it's New Mexico, we get cold wind that comes through in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's my finished project,
Pretty.
which I'm really happy.
Pretty.
I don't think I've ever shown anybody on this set a finished project. I did finish my granddaughter's sweater that I was making too.
Cool.
So, and I did finish my grandson's other sweater. So I have finished projects despite what my family says.
Yeah. So I have a family like that.
Oh, you do too? Yeah.
God,
Don't we all?
Mom, don't you ever finish anything?
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
I do.
Yeah.
But I have so many things going.
Right.
And as a teacher, when you teach 3 months and then you're off a month, you never catch up.
No,
Plus,
you don't. That's true.
when I start a new class, I like to start a project and model that
Yes.
for the
Oh,
class.
that's good.
So I have 4 or 5 pairs of socks in progress
Yes.
for my sock classes,
Yeah.
and washcloths and hats and stuff for the beginners
Right.
and things like that. So I do have a lot of things in progress. I'm a member of a group called the UFO group.
Oh, yes.
For those of you who don't know what UFO means, unfinished objects.
Yep.
And we meet every Thursday at a coffee shop here in town. And the only rule is you promise yourself that you're going to bring something you haven't finished.
Okay.
And you're either going to decide to finish it or frog it, which means you're either going to finish it or you're going to rip it out and do something else.
Right.
And on to the next unfinished project. So
I like that. That's a good way to get rid of your basket. Because I have, I don't have a basket. I have like trunks full of it.
Me too. Me too. So, it's time. It's
maybe
time.
a trunk. Okay.
I don't even want to go there. But it's time. It's time for me to finish that kind of stuff that I've started.
Right.
And I'm either going to, and I had when I teach and I use acrylic yarn. So I either need to finish these and donate them or rip them out and donate the yarn do something with it.
Do something different with it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You could use it for yarn bombing maybe,
Yeah.
Or something that you would knit for that or something, like that. That would be pretty cool. So.
How many things need hats around here?
I know. And we can always change out the hats too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So and I teach a beginner knitting also, and I teach on like a Thursday afternoon from 4 to 6 and then a Saturday from 1 to 3.
Cool.
And the way I do it is I want them to figure out what they would like to make on their own. So, but I seldom get any time to just knit what I'm knitting on because I'm helping. I've got like 3 or 4 students at a time, and they come in and they're all working on different projects, and so I'm going around, and I love it because everybody gets to see what other people are doing, and then we can see our beginner knitters, and now instead of just making a scarf or a hat, they're making something that they really wanted to make.
Right.
And sometimes people will tell you, oh no, you can't use double-pointed needles as beginner knitters.
Yeah.
And that's not true. You certainly can.
Yeah.
So you just teach people that they're, what they're able to do.
Right. Well, and
you have a large group. So in a large group, it's better to have one thing that you're working on.
Right. Yeah. I start them off on dishcloths or a scarf. Right. But very soon, and you always teach. This as a teacher, the speed of the leader is the speed of the gang. You always teach to the person who is the most experienced or the most accomplished or who's understanding it the most, because you need to teach to that person so they don't get bored.
Exactly.
And when you teach to that person and they're happy, then you can go back and help the people that are having a hard time. Or if they're struggling, you'll have more time if you keep the leaders busy.
Right.
Teaching secrets.
And that's true. And that's good for a large group. And for me, I don't have to worry about that because I'm teaching each person where they feel the most comfortable.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And once you have experience as a teacher, you understand that everybody is different, and you've got these different people, and and it's really good for us as teachers because we're not going to get dementia because we're too busy trying to keep up with all these people because you have to switch gears.
That this knitting is going to keep me from dementia because that's one of my fears. Is that I'm going to get dementia?
Because you have to switch gears with each person, particularly
yes, you do.
If you
definitely.
And you're having to switch. Your brain has to switch to a different pattern.
Yes,
and a different technique and a different
things that they're learning.
Yeah.
Yes. So I guess that's true.
Yeah.
So
don't quit teaching ever. That's what I decided.
I will never. I'll keep doing this. So I just like to do a few small students at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just the way I do it.
Yeah.
And it's just the way you do it.
Well,
which is the way that you have done it, because you take a lot of individual students also.
Yeah, I
do.
Yeah. And I love teaching individually. But I don't want to do it too much anymore because it's very draining now to teach 20 people at a time.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you.
But I can do, and if I had to, I could do that.
Yes,
but,
of course you could. And you will, because
Yeah.
we're going to be doing some collaboration of
Right.
some different kind of
Right.
techniques, and I think you're going to
Yeah.
really love it.
Yeah, but
And we'll get back to that
yeah.
when that time gets closer.
right. But I know that we, we as teachers, we're better at a smaller group because they
Yes.
get more time.
Yes, they do, and it feels a lot more individual.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so we're in the yarn store while it's open, so you might hear some background noise. And no, it's okay. And I just wanted to say, Anna is doing a really something that looked pretty. Are you getting ready to block it?
I am.
Can we come look at it? Can you come over and show it to us?
Well, I'll show you the before and after. How's that?
Okay, that sounds great.
So here's the before.
Okay, cool. Here's the before. Okay.
And it's
Ooh.
a spider design.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
So you put it back there.
Look at that. Oh, this is
Nice.
this is the front. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Ooh, isn't that pretty?
Nice.
Okay.
And then y'all can see the after when it's hanging in the store.
Okay,
Okay.
that is wonderful. So you'll have to come in and see it. You're
Yeah.
getting ready to block it.
I am.
Excellent. All right.
Wonderful.
So that's Anna. She's in charge of doing the newsletter, and she does a lot on the website too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's also a master crocheter. And if you want to learn crochet, you should take one of her classes.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Here I'm hearing my buttons click. So I'm rolling up my sleeve because I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
Because it's annoying me. Okay, so now were we going to move into spinning, or did you want to do something different first?
Well, why don't we talk about some of the new yarns at the
Oh,
store?
the new yarns.
New yarns in
new
store.
yarns.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
that's always fun
Oh my
to
gosh.
look at new yarns.
So this first one, you're going to have to trust us on this. You have to
Yeah.
come into the store and you have to see this yarn because we're going to show it to you, but you won't see it in all its glory until you come down here and you take these skeins outside.
Yes.
This is called Abracadabra yarn. It's by Haiku, and it comes in 4 colors. You can't tell right now, but these are 4 colors. Okay?
They
so
are.
what happens?
You can see this one is sort of
Yeah.
a different color.
This one is the one that
Sort
you
of
can really
green.
kind
yeah,
of
you
see.
can sort of see it.
But when you take these outside, they are
This is amazing.
reactive to ultraviolet light. And so what happens is that this changes to blue.
Yes.
bright blue.
It does too. I didn't believe it. And then
Yeah.
she showed me and I was like, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, this is amazing.
This one's a plummy purple.
Okay.
This one is pink.
I love pink.
And this one is yellow.
Yellow.
And it's really interesting. I've never
It
seen anything
is
like this.
amazing.
So these are, this is 100 yards of Abracadabra yarn by Haiku.
And what is the
It's
content?
superwash merino,
Oh, okay.
35% superwash merino, 50% polypropylene,
Okay.
and 15% nylon. So the polypropylene is wrapped around the merino.
Oh,
And so the merino,
okay.
the polypropylene is kind of on the outside.
Okay, and that's
so
what gives it the color.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
what absorbs or blocks
The UV lights.
the UV light, except for the color
that they want.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Oh, this
Anyway,
is really amazing.
you guys have to come down and see it. It's really
because it really
different.
brightens up out in
Yeah.
the sun, and then when you bring it back in,
It turns into this.
back into that. So this would really be dramatic, when
Yeah.
you go outside and you're walking around in the
Yeah.
sun, and oh
Yeah.
my goodness, it'll be so great.
Yeah, this will be fun, you guys.
Yeah,
You
it's
can-
really a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to get some of
yeah.
this.
At least come see it.
So
'cause
how
this
much
is
does
really
it
cool.
run for?
I have no idea. I
have
didn't
no
look
idea.
at that.
Oh, okay.
They hadn't got it priced yet. This is brand
It's just
new.
brand
Just
new.
out of the box.
Oh, just out of the box today.
Yeah,
Okay.
just out of the box.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So this is and now see you can kind of see this one. This is the one that changes into blue.
yes,
And we're sitting under blue light. So it kind of picks that
kind
up.
of picks it up. Yeah.
But
Oh, it gets
So
really
dramatic.
bright and
Yeah.
intense, and
Yeah.
it's something that you need to come in and see for yourself.
yeah.
Take home a skein of it with you. You don't have to even make a whole project out of it.
Right.
You could use like a different color, like make a shawl and use different colors and then put this in as stripes or a border. And then that would be so wonderful, wonderfully dramatic.
Yeah, or make blocks, you know.
Or you could make
Squares
blocks.
of color.
You could make squares of color too.
Yeah.
You could do
That'd be
color
cool.
blocking. I think it would be marvelous.
It'd be
because
really
it's
cool.
really, really cool yarn.
So these are 100 yard skeins, 50 gram, 100 yard skeins. Yeah, you'll just have to call or come in for the price because I didn't get that.
That's okay. It was too exciting.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Exciting. Okay. So that's brand new in the store today. And then there have been some things that I just didn't see. So I kind of wandered around this morning and took a look at things. Yeah. Yeah. County yarn, the large 150 gram balls of the yarn that flew off the shelves. It has been restocked. We got a huge order today.
Oh, excellent.
What they found out about the ordering is that they're not giving you a choice of what you get.
Oh, really?
So it's just what they have that they can send to you.
Oh, wow.
And
so it's like a grab bag type of thing.
Yeah, and we found that with Malabrigo a lot too. A lot of times, you just can't get what. I mean, they'll just send you what they've got.
Right.
And that's the thing with Kauni also. Now, if you're not familiar with Kauni yarn, it's Kauni. 150 grams, that's a lot of yardage. If you want to see a really cool sweater, the yarn harlot, Stephanie Pearl McPhee, made a sweater out of Kauni yarn. She bought, I can't remember if it was a 300 gram ball.
Okay.
Anyway.
And are these just plain solid colors?
No.
I thought these were the ones that change, right?
They're variegated and gradient.
Right.
So she started a sweater and she used a Fair Isle pattern.
Oh.
And she pulled from the outside of the ball and the inside of the ball. Oh. So she started in two different colors.
Interesting.
And she made the corrugated ribbing. And then she just knitted the sweater. And the sweater came out with a gradient and a color change that is spectacular.
Wow.
Anyway, you can look that up online. Just search for Yarn Harlot Kauni sweater.
Okay.
And you'll find it.
I will do that.
Now,
I think that's really cool.
I saw this years ago, and I have just drooled over that since. And I really want to make one.
Okay.
One of these days.
So that's on your
bucket list.
Bucket knitting list.
Yes, bucket list.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay. So
Kauni,
that sounds great.
Come on in if you guys have been waiting for the Kauni to be restocked. It's here.
It's here. Yay.
I saw a lot of dark neutral colors. In case. Okay. So then there were a couple other things that at the front of the store, and that's where we always have the new stuff. This is called Loom. It's an original silk yarn from Thailand. And this is 25 grams of silk. And I don't know if it's going to focus.
Camera's up here, I think.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to get it to focus because it's...
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, I want you to see the texture because it's thick and thin.
Oh, yeah.
And this is, I would say this is raw silk. And it's spun, and it's slubby.
Yeah,
so,
I do notice that. It has a texture to it, which is really nice.
Right. Anyway, gorgeous colors.
Those are marvelous, aren't they?
Gorgeous colors, 25 gram skeins.
That blue could match my hair.
Yes, almost, yeah. And there are a lot more colors than this, guys, but...
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
But it's really, really pretty.
Yeah. And 100% silk, it's like 150 meters in these. Needle size, US 1 to 3. So
like, what
that's
would we
lace
want to
weight.
make with this?
This is lace weight-ish yarn. And at 150 meters, that's not a lot. But what you could do is if you have some of these patterns that call for mini skeins,
Right.
and you wanted to use a silk instead of a wool, this would be a nice nice alternative.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, I
a great
see that.
choice.
A
Great
mini
choice.
skeins. That would be
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have to do it all in silk. You could just do
Right.
it in parts of that.
Right.
I could also see it used as like a stripe in
Yeah.
something. Or
Yeah.
if you got this and another color, you could, another kind of a yarn, you could do some kind of a little Fair Isle pattern.
Right. Right. The other thing I'm thinking of is wouldn't these be pretty silk flowers?
Oh my goodness,
know,
yes.
Put these
That
in
would
a,
be gorgeous.
you know, and
So
there are
all
all
you guys
sorts of-
who do silk flowers, who make flowers,
Yeah.
I think this would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm not good at making flowers, but if you are, come on in and get
Yeah.
this.
Crochet?
It would be beautiful.
It'd be really
Oh
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah.
It might even work for tatting.
Yeah. It could, I suppose. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, so here are the two people you need to ask for tatting. Anna Murphy, who you saw earlier.
Oh, okay. She tats
Yeah.
too? I didn't
I
realize
think she
that.
tats.
Okay.
And then Shirley Fleischhauer, who also teaches crochet here. She teaches tatting. She teaches at UNM's continuing ed as
Oh,
well.
nice. Okay.
And she teaches tatting. I tried, bless her
Yeah.
heart, but I'm just not
It's
going to
okay.
do it. Anyway, those are the two people to find out about tatting from. And you
I
can
just
call
know
the
that's
store.
about how skinny the yarn is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's why I thought of tatting
Sewing
when I
thread.
saw that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. So, tie silk, beautiful, beautiful. Come in. The other two things that I saw that I really thought were gorgeous, and I'm the designer is a favorite of mine.
Okay.
This is Don Doe. Don Doe is the name of the yarn, and I may be making this up, but I think that this is Yumiko Alexander's yarn line that she has created.
Oh,
Yumiko
okay.
Alexander is a wonderful, wonderful designer. Now, she put out, I can't tell you the name of the books.
Okay.
That several years ago, like 5 years ago or more,
Okay.
she put out two beautiful books. One was a crochet book and one was a knitting book with these gorgeous, gorgeous patterns. Now, she's created these yarns, and this one is silk and cotton, 76% silk and 24% cotton. It's a tweedy, texturally.
Yeah,
you know,
I like it.
Look at
I
it.
love
It's
that
so
violet.
pretty. Yeah, the violet
But it
is
goes.
so
Those
pretty.
three colors go so nicely together too.
Yeah, and there are a lot of colors in this. And she's
Yeah.
got these. This is one of her new books.
Oh, okay.
This just came into the store. So I know you've seen her picture on her other books, and she's just so lovely. She knits in a store outside of Phoenix.
Oh, wonderful.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's down where it's hot too. So she
Right.
makes lots of nice things.
Right. Here's
that
the
are
back.
good for hot
Yeah.
weather.
And
Oh,
yeah, and her
marvelous.
patterns are just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous.
That
And
one on the front there on the cover
yeah.
is just lovely.
I think that's this, but I'm not
Oh
sure.
yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
similar
That's
anyway.
very nice.
So then there's another yarn that is Dondo, and I just love this. I think
Okay.
this is really, really beautiful. I know we used to have silk and straw in the store,
Yes.
and this
we did.
is similar to that, but this is a much finer.
It's very thin.
And actually, this is
Cotton
cotton.
again. But this is all cotton?
This is 100% cotton,
Oh
and it
my
reminds me
goodness.
so much of the silk and straw.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah. So there's 435 yards
Oh,
in 50 grams
wow.
of this. So this is Dondo Cotton Fine.
It's just beautiful.
Hand wash.
I like it.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's
Beautiful.
gorgeous. And we have a bunch of really nice patterns up front
Yeah.
that you could use some of this for, or you could also look at her patterns.
Right. Yeah.
Those patterns.
Yeah. So all of that is in the front of the store.
Yeah, very nice.
On display. Yeah.
All right.
Good.
So come on in and look for it and
Yeah.
get some, play around, do something fun and different
Yeah.
for this summer. Okay. That's wonderful. So good job, Jeannie.
Thank you.
I asked her, please, because I was out working and she was here doing her expert helping, and I asked her to find some interesting yarns that we could show today.
Yeah.
So that is beautiful. I love it. And I really love that abracadabra yarn. I am going to go get that.
Yeah.
I'm not
really
leaving the
nice.
store today without some of it,
cool.
because it's just so, I love that. That's just magic. I just love
it is. It just seems like magic. And this is the next step. Remember, several years ago they had the reflective yarn.
Yes,
and
I do.
Yeah, and Red Heart did a whole series. I think it's Red Heart did a whole series of neon yarns with the reflection in it, so you could wear hats and stuff.
Yes,
and
that's true. When
run in
you're
the
out
dark.
running and
Yeah.
biking and that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
And I think this is technology next step.
Next step. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Although
really pretty cool.
I don't know if this will reflect at night, but
I don't know.
fun.
But they're nice colors. It's very bright, very pretty. I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about some spinning.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So let me grab my little notes.
Okay. I'm looking down. I'm knitting.
Yes,
If
that's
you
what.
see me looking down, that's what.
Yeah, I'm knitting along too, so it's really a lot of fun. So for spinning, we're gonna do Tour de Fleece again this year. So Tour de Fleece happens every July, and we get together and we follow the Tour de France. So it's going to start the day that the Tour de France starts, and it's going to end the day that the Tour de France ends. So starting, it's going to be on July 6th. That's a Saturday. And we're going to be here. I'll probably get here by 1. Maybe a little earlier, but I thought we could meet from like 1 to 3 or 1 to 4.
Okay.
When the store closes, or they may stay open till 5. I don't remember. But anyway, we can come and do that. Now, the goal of Tour de Fleece knitting is to challenge yourself. So come up with a project that you would like to do. I tried doing a spinning samples, a read book, and I got through some, not as many as I wanted, but I did get through some, and so I got a good start on that. And then we had someone who did plastic bags. Lily did the plastic bags. Oh my goodness, God love her. It turned out to be really pretty cool yarn.
Yeah.
So so that was really good. And what was yours? I don't remember.
I think I was trying to spin a whole fleece. I don't remember.
Yes,
now.
I think that's what it was. You were trying to
Yeah.
get like a large amount done.
Yeah, I had a fleece that I had washed, and it was at least I don't know, 3 pounds or something. And
Yeah.
I was trying to get through it. I don't remember
How much you got
I
through.
spun a lot.
Yes, she
A
did.
lot.
And so, I mean, that's the whole thing. This isn't a competition.
Right.
It's a journey. So we are
Yeah.
journeying along with each other. We're spinning our wheels while they're spinning their wheels in France.
Yeah.
And we are making
Yeah.
progress.
Yeah.
So if you were a beginner spinner, that would be a great thing to challenge yourself to come in and spin for 15 minutes every week or every day. And then come in and spin more on Saturdays. We're
Yeah.
also going to meet on every Sunday in July.
Yeah.
So we'll meet every Sunday in July from like 1 until about 3. And then on the last day happens to be a Sunday.
Yay.
So we will have a really nice potluck, which we did last year, which was
Yeah.
really a lot of fun.
It was fun.
So some of us have our bicycle hats, some of us have our water bottles,
Yeah.
and we all have our wheels
Yeah.
or spindles. So hopefully you guys will come and join us for that.
Yeah.
We're also going to be, during the July, at some point, we're going to be getting a big bump of targhee. And targhee is a really nice blend. It's not a blend, but it
Targhee
feels so soft.
Is a breed of
It's a breed
wool.
of wool, right?
Yeah. And it's like it's comparable to merino, but it has more crimp.
Yes.
So it has more memory, and it's very sprungy once you
Yes.
spin it, and
It's
and
very
ply it.
springy. I really like it. I did a nice
that.
thing of targhee, and I was really surprised at how much the spring was in it. It was
Yeah.
really lovely. So that's going to be available for free for people who are participating in Tour de Fleece and also for Spinzilla. Now, this year, I've got it marked, I've got it written on the inside of my eyeballs that we are going to get a team
Yeah.
for Spinzilla this year.
Yeah.
And I think that opens up in the beginning of August. So I will be doing that, and we'll get to have our our team. We don't need to go rogue again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that Targi bump again, we need to spin it all up for Spinzilla.
That'd be nice.
Wouldn't that
That'd
be
be nice.
wonderful?
Yeah.
If we could spin that whole thing, maybe we would
Yeah.
come close to being in the top.
That would be wow. That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice. I don't remember how many people we can have on a team either.
We can have up to 25
Up
or
to
24, I think. 24 or
Oh.
25.
Okay.
Yeah. And that one, there's a fee for that to enter.
Yeah.
But for the Tour de Fleece, there's no fee.
Right.
Go on Ravelry on the yarn store at Nob Hill group, and then go ahead and find our thread on there. And then just add what you want to, that what you're going to be doing. Tell us what your goals are. I'll put my goals on. And then we can go ahead and just cheer each other on that way
Yeah.
too.
It's this. Is it still the spinsters at Nob
Yes,
Hill?
we're the Spinsters of Nob Hill.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what you look for us.
Yeah.
They have an official Tour de Fleece site on there, and we
Okay.
are under the teams.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
So I'm back in the groove because now I have a computer that works, a tablet that works,
Yay.
and a new phone that goes on the internet. So I finally
you are on. You
I
are
stepped into the 21st
there.
century.
Yay, Jeannie! That's so wonderful.
It's been a
And
while.
you even know how to
God.
work this stuff.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know how to work it, but
But
I'm
you
there.
can learn it.
Yeah.
You can learn it.
And I can,
Because we can always
Yeah.
learn. We
Yeah.
can always keep learning. You
and
know?
I can keep up now. At least I can go
Yeah.
online and read
and look at Ravelry and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So
Yeah.
that'll be really fun. We already have one person who says she's going to do it, and that's Craft Buzz on Ravelry.
Yay.
So yeah, I'm so happy that she is joining us too. Anyway, so that'll be fun. So those are the things that we wanted to talk about. And then I want to show you something that I'm doing. But before that, I just was reminded, I was looking for the blending board, and we don't have it. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know if someone borrowed it and took it home and forgot
Yeah.
about bringing it back.
I don't
So
know either.
if you have, please just bring it back. Nobody's upset. It would just be nice for us to
Yeah.
have that back in the store so we could use,
Yeah.
more people could use it.
Yeah.
So, because I've been spinning, and
Uh-huh.
I've been spinning a little bit. My spinning mojo sort of went down a little bit,
Uh-huh.
which
Yeah.
I think happens to a lot of us.
Yeah.
You go up and you go down, you go up and you go down.
Yeah.
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 So anyway, one of the things I've been doing is taking a class on animal chakras. And so because we have these 7 chakras in our body. And so we've been meditating on different animals that correlate to the
Oh.
different chakras.
Cool.
So I've only done root, and sort of going from bottom up. So I've done root and sacral, and now I'm working on solar plexus,
Okay.
which is kicking my butt, but that's all right. So what I've done is I've spun up for each animal. I have spun up a yarn, and I find one that I think represents the animal to me, and so then I make a collage for them on a round cake plate, and then I incorporate some of the yarn into that,
Cool.
and then I'm knitting a scarf also.
Oh, nice.
So this is the one I just did this last week, and this is crocodile. So there's crocodile.
Ooh.
It just reminded me of crocodile with the different greens, and then the deep darker colors,
Yeah.
and then there's a little bit of pink in there. So anyway, it just reminded me of crocodile. So I have yet to do the collage, and I have to do the scarf.
And what kind of wool is it?
It's a mystery wool that I found
Okay.
in my. I went stash diving, and I found it, and it was I think that it was a. I don't know. It doesn't feel totally merino to me.
No, it doesn't feel
So
merino.
it's not merino. So it's a not merino.
Yeah. Mystery wool.
Mystery
is good.
wool.
Yes.
And then I've got, so this is the rest of my scarf I was going to show you. So starting down here, we did vulture.
Ooh, that's
So
cool.
I found a vulture one. And then we did eagle up here, and that reminded me of eagle because eagle sees so far away.
Yeah.
And so they're out there with the sky and the trees, and that's really
Nice.
what reminded me of that. This one here, can you guess? Elephant. The pink and the gray.
Oh, how cute.
And so I just
Aw.
sort of blended them together. I got a beautiful thick and thin.
That's nice.
And then I did a swan, which is the white.
That's beautiful.
So, and then I was doing, so the next one I have to do after alligator or crocodile is, and this is going to be a little noisy, but this is snow leopard.
Oh, okay.
So, and I forgot to bring my bobbin with
Oh,
me
yeah.
today. I was in a rush
Yeah.
to get out of the house. But I've got this here, BJ fibers. I'll take a little bit out for you and show you. It's pure silk.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous, and I love this color. And this is silk that is made without killing the silkworm.
Oh, Muga silk, I think
Yes.
it's called.
Muga
Yeah.
silk, and this, or Erie for the fiber.
Yeah.
And it comes in red and it comes in white.
Wow.
And so anyway, I just love it that they don't, kill it. The other thing
Yeah.
is they dine on the moths, or the larvae dine on castor trees
Castor trees. Oh,
Yeah.
instead of mulberry.
instead of mulberry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so that's that. And
Cool.
I'm blending it. That's why I was looking for the blending board. I'm blending it with this white, which I used for the swan. But I had a lot left. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing.
Cool.
So that's my big spinning project that I have going, and I'm not sure what I'm going to choose for
Yeah.
Tour de Fleece.
Yeah.
It'll be something different than this. But this is beautiful roving. We have plenty of it,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
So
pretty.
I would really recommend you getting it. Here, I've got the label.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can we see
BJ
that?
fibers.
Yeah,
100
BJ
grams.
fibers, 100 grams. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's just lovely. So we have a bunch of VJ fibers because there's next week I'm going to talk about a project that I'm going to do using a wool, not a wool, but a silk from VJ fibers
Cool.
also.
I'm spinning. I'm trying to get.
Uh-huh.
I bought and I can't remember what it is offhand. I'll look it up and
Uh-huh.
be able to tell you next time. But I bought a 4 ounces of fiber from. It was either the last Fiber Arts Fiesta or
Okay.
maybe in Taos.
Oh, okay.
And I've been trying to spin that up,
Oh,
and
nice.
I just
You're
I have
working on
3 wheels, so this wheel has this stuff and this wheel has that stuff, and then the
Right.
the
And
Travie
the
has
Travie
nothing.
nothing. Oh, well, you need to get something on that travel
Yeah,
wheel.
yeah. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
And when I come in, I'm working on that one 4 ounces of stuff. So
Excellent.
hopefully
All right.
next week I was almost done.
You'll
But-
have something to show
Yeah.
us. That's
Yeah,
great.
and I'd like to apply it Sunday.
Well,
but
marvelous.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I've really been using for all of these, I've been using the chain plying,
Uh-huh.
and I absolutely love it. I struggled against it so long. I was like, no, I'm not learning it. No,
Yeah.
I'm not learning
Yeah.
it. Now I've learned it. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is wonderful.
Yeah, well-
That doesn't work for all of the stuff, but it does work for what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I really do like
Yeah.
it.
Well, and the nice thing about chain plying is you get a 3-ply
Yes.
finished product from one bobbin. So
Right.
you don't have to do all the bells and jump through all the hoops that you need to when you have 2 bobbins, and then you got to ply it onto a second bobbin,
Right.
and you got to have a lazy Kate and enough room to bring it. Anyway,
Well, now I do
a
use
lot.
2 bobbins. I use the one bobbin. I take the one bobbin that I've spun,
Right.
and I put it on the Lazy Kate on
Right.
my wheel, and then I attach another bobbin,
Right, yeah.
and then I just ply
So
it
you're
onto
plying
that
onto
other
that.
bobbin.
But-
other bobbin.
but you don't
that's
have-
all. I don't
yeah.
have to worry about the holding the yarn
Right,
separate
right.
from each other.
Yeah, and you don't
you're
have
just
2 bobbins full of
doing-
stuff that you're
just
trying to
doing
ply on.
this.
Yeah.
It's this kind of a
Yeah.
motion.
So it's almost
So-
it's like a crochet chain, only
Yes. It's a really big one. Yes.
And I'm really bad at it. I
Oh,
like to get
are
better.
you?
Oh God. I'm
Oh,
so bad
I
at
just
it.
took to it like a duck in water.
But my favorite is Andean ply.
Right, which nobody else can do.
And I really, I have to figure out. I have to buy myself a tool because I've cut the circulation in my hands off so badly that from what you do in Andean plying is you wind it around your hand.
Yes.
And you have to be really careful because you can cut your circulation off because you got this.
I saw
always
you
end
do
up,
that once.
Oh my God! I
I
end
was
up
like,
with
oh my goodness.
500 yards and an elephant foot. You can't even see my fingers except for the little purple tips.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
don't try this at home.
Exactly. But Jeannie can teach it to you.
I can teach it to you.
And so
Yeah.
that would be great if you want to come in.
So really, you're only supposed to do 100 yards or so. But
Oh, okay. But
I have a large jumbo bobbin, and I want to do it all.
of course,
So that's
you want
my problem.
the world record
Yeah.
in how big of a
Elephant foot.
elephant foot you can get
Yeah.
from Andean
Yeah.
flying.
Well, and then the drawback is if you're going to Andean ply, once you have it on your hand, you've got to ply it because you can't take it off
Oh, right.
because it's under tension. And if you
Right.
try to slip that thing off your hand,
Forget it.
it'll wad up into this little knot, and you'll never get it.
Oh.
You'll
Yeah.
never get it apart. So
So you have to be careful.
yeah,
Anyway, it's really cool that there's so many different ways that we can ply.
yeah, it's fun.
I remember one year we had one of our tortifleecers.
Yeah.
She was doing that, trying all these different ways of plying.
Oh yeah,
And that was really a cool project. I really liked that.
yeah.
That was Patricia. She did a really nice job.
That's right.
with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really liked it.
yeah.
So anyway, well, I'm glad that you all hung around with us for this
Yeah.
wonderful
Yeah.
time that we're here. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah. Let's talk about what's coming up as far as stuff at the store.
Okay.
We've got some things coming up that are going to be ongoing,
Okay.
and we also have some new classes and stuff that are coming
Oh,
along.
excellent.
So the first thing that I pulled off the website was the third quarter knit along and crochet
Oh,
along.
right.
And so what we're getting ready to do is, let me make sure I have the right thing. Anna's going to do crochet ribbing,
Oh, nice.
and then they're gonna start the vertical lines and modified sleeves for the tweed sweater by Selena Baca,
Okay.
and that's going to be a crochet along for the store.
Okay.
So if you're interested in crocheting a sweater, this is the time to think about getting started. And this will start
Yeah.
the 5th of July.
The 5th of July.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's $15, and it will. It's going to be wonderful. She's so knowledgeable and she's so helpful, and
She really is.
she'll help you get a sweater done. You know?
Exactly.
You'll have a sweater to start fall. Also, we're going to do more knits, stranded garments for the winter in knitting,
Oh, okay.
because, color work is just really fun.
It's fun.
Really
I
fun.
love color
And
work.
you get really pretty things, and you get warm garments, sweaters, hats,
Right.
gloves from skinny yarn. So
That's true.
yeah, and you get to play with all this wonderful color. It's fabulous. Anyway, so the pre-knit along refresher class with stranded knitting is on the 9th of June. No. Well, that's what it says, 9th of June. So that's too late.
That's
We've-
past.
We've done
Okay.
that. But the
You'll
knit
catch
along
on.
starts on the 1st of July.
Okay.
And it's going to be really, really fun.
And who's doing that?
Teray is going to lead the knit along.
Teray's leading
Yeah.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
So, and if you missed the refresher class, don't worry about it.
Right.
Teray will get you up and started.
Yes.
Contrary to the belief that you have to do color work with two hands, you have to knit with both hands.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No,
You can
really
figure
don't.
it out. If you don't want to knit with both hands, you don't have to knit with both hands. You can still have beautiful color work. You're not going to have to do something that's uncomfortable and hard for you.
Right.
So just put that out of your mind.
Mhm.
Color work is fun.
It doesn't matter how you hold your needles or
Right.
your hands.
Right.
As long as the stitch looks the same,
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
the whole idea is to get it to not pucker and do all
Right.
this stuff. And a lot of that comes out with blocking, but it's just a matter of working out what's right for you.
Well, I've done
That's
a
it.
lot of that, and I can say I do the throwing method, the English
Yeah.
style of knitting,
Yeah.
and I use my right hand for both colors.
So you
And
know,
you're only
you can do
working
that.
with 2 colors at a time. There's only 2 colors in a row.
Right.
Now you might have more colors that, in that project that you're doing,
Uh-huh.
in that pattern, but you're only using 2 colors
At a
in
time.
one row
Yeah.
at a time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
really not that hard.
Right. Okay, so that's the crochet along and the knit along. Then starting in coming up in August 31st and September 1st is the Heart of New Mexico Fiber
Oh, right.
Gathering at the Wildlife West Nature Park
Right.
in Edgewood. If you haven't come before, treat yourself. It's a really nice weekend. You can come out, buy a hot dog. They do fundraising for the schools and anyway,
It's really
you
nice.
get to see some of the 4-H kids that
Yeah.
do little things. They have tractor pulls and all sorts of different things that you don't see at the state fair.
Right.
So we a lot of us go out and do demonstrations
Right.
as well.
Last
and
year we
the
spun.
spinners will do
the
that.
spinsters of Nob Hill went
Yeah.
out and spun, and maybe we can get a group together. I know I can go if you
Yeah.
drive me, Jeannie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go.
So
Yeah.
I could go for one day. That would
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll probably do.
Also, I tried to print out the
Class schedule
calendar.
or the calendar.
Classes calendar. I don't have them all here.
Okay.
Just know that when you go to the website, the whole calendar is there. By the way, Yumiko Alexander, the Dondo yarn.
Yes.
I should say the Dondo yarn, not necessarily Yumiko Alexander, is going to
Okay.
have a trunk show here
Oh,
the
nice.
1st of July.
Okay.
That's
Great.
apparently that's what's on here, and
Okay.
I believe that.
That would be
Okay.
nice.
So come check out the store 1st of
Yeah.
July. I mean, while everybody else is getting ready for fireworks, you can sneak in here and
Yeah, exactly.
get your knitting on.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see what else. Heart of New Mexico, Dondo Trunk Show, regular events, expert help, open knitting, knitters night out. The Yarn Store Sock Club is going to meet again September through May.
Oh, okay.
Men's knit and crochet group on every Friday night. Spinning is every 3rd Sunday. The official group spinning is every 3rd Sunday of the month. It says 11 to 1 on the website. People come in and go, and I'm here at 11 sometimes. Sometimes I don't make it till 12:30,
Right.
but there'll be people in and out, and generally there's somebody here till 3-4 o'clock.
Right.
So hang around for a while if you come and nobody's here
Right.
yet.
Because a lot of times people do show up.
Right.
And yeah, sometimes I try to make it by 11, but
Yeah.
some days I just
Yeah.
can't do it.
And Sundays, we get
I
slower
wanna sleep
starting.
in, yeah.
Yeah. And then remember the
Which
last
is
sale of
good.
the month. The last Saturday of the month is the
It's
sale day.
It's a sale day. Excellent.
I think
and you get
that's
what, 20% off on everything?
20% off on everything in the store except consignment.
Okay.
So, and I think that's everything. I thought I had classes, but I
Okay.
don't see
Any
what else.
classes? Well, that sounds great.
I printed out a bunch of.
Well, so there's a lot of stuff going on here,
Yeah.
and if you want to just, just drop in and hang out and knit a little bit, there's usually a group of us up at the table
Cool.
that are doing that.
Cool.
So, anyway, I think this is it.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right.
Have a great time knitting, crocheting, crafting.
Mhm.
Please come back and see us. Come to the store.
Yes. So until the next time, happy spinning, happy
Bye.
knitting. Bye.